Hey everyone, it's Becky from Book Obsessed Becky. You might hear some background noise like my furnace just kicked on again and my son's at home. He's in his bedroom and he's playing Fortnite, I think, with one of his friends, so of course we're going to be talking. Hopefully the mic doesn't pick up too much of it, but I wanted to come at you today with my December, TBR list. And I'm kind of hesitant to say that because chances are I probably won't read them all in December, but I might extend Christmas a little bit past December so that I can hopefully get a lot of these done. I'm still waiting for the mailman to come with my Book of the Month book for this month. That's going to be part of this video, so hopefully he comes soon. I have a peppermint tea here in my snowman mug, and let's get into this. There is a lot of Kindle books on here, so I will insert pictures somewhere. It's been a hot minute since I've done this, so be patient, please, which you guys always seem to be anyways, but I just feel like a weirdo if I don't say that. I don't know why. I have my notebook here with the books that I want to talk about. I think I have like 8 or 9 books on here. So some of these books I'm going to be reading the back of the covers or like the flap because I've got a terrible headache right now. But I know I need to get this video done. So, especially since I didn't have one go out last week. I keep looking over here because I have a stack of books next to me. And the first book I'm going to talk about, let me grab it here, is one that I picked up over the summer from a thrift store. It's called Christmas Camp. This is what it looks like. And it says, Haley's idea of the perfect Christmas is escaping to the Caribbean to work so she can avoid all traditional Christmas distractions. Over the years, she sacrificed her personal life to climb the corporate ladder at a prestigious Boston advertising agency. Now, she just needs to land a coveted Christmas toy company account to make partner. But first, her boss thinks she needs a holiday attitude adjustment, and ships her off to the Christmas camp at Holly Peak Inn to help her find her Christmas spirit. Arriving at the charming Mountainside Inn, Haley meets the owner's handsome son, Jeff, and feels an instant spark but resists the attraction, refusing to be distracted from her goal of doing all the required Christmas tasks as fast as possible so she can get back to work. At first, Haley struggles with all the traditional Christmas camp activities. It's not until she finally allows herself to slow down, live in the moment, and let Christmas back into her heart that she begins to grow closer to Jeff. But when Jeff finds out Haley's come up with a plan to help his dad save the struggling inn while he's trying to convince him to sell it, their relationship takes a serious holiday hit. Now it will take the magic of the season to bring these two hearts together. So of course it's going to be a romance at Christmas. I mean, that's just a given, of course. And I'm sure everything's going to turn out fun, but I bet this is going to be a fun read along the way, like a fun ride for this read along the way. The next one I want to talk about, I picked up a couple of years ago and I've been meaning to read it, but the month always seems to slip by before I can get it read, and it is One Day in December. I've heard a lot of good things about this, so I'm really excited about it. It says 2 people, 10 chances, 1 unforgettable love story. Lori is pretty sure love at first sight doesn't exist anywhere outside of the movies. But then, through the mist of a bus window, one snowy December day, she sees a man that she knows instantly is the one. Their eyes meet, there's a moment of pure magic, and then the bus driver drives away. Or is it then the bus drives away? Certain they're fated to find each other again, Lori spends a year scanning every bus stop and cafe in London, hoping for another glimpse of what she trusts is true love. But she doesn't find him, not when it matters anyway. Instead, they reunite at a Christmas party where her best friend Sarah introduces her new boyfriend, Jack, the man from the bus, to Lori. What follows for Lori, Sarah, and Jack is 10 years of friendship, heartbreak, roads not taken, and destinies reconsidered. One Day in December is a joyous, heartwarming, and immensely moving love story, and a reminder that fate takes inexplicable turns along the route to happiness. I think this is going to be a really good book. I think I'm probably going to cry in it because I tend to cry in, well, I want to say pretty much everything. It could be a book. It could be a magazine article. It could be a card. It could be a show, a movie, whatever it is. I am a crier. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. I just cry. Sorry, the wind just picked up and the fan in the bathroom was making like a a weird noise, so I had to pause. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. I'm sure probably tons of people have read it because it's been around for a bit and the cover's fantastic. But again, excited. Okay, now I'm going to bounce to an arc that I received that's out. I have some arcs I'm going to talk about, but they've already been published. They just come out for this Christmas season, and it's called Mistletoe Magic in the Highlands, and the picture will be somewhere here. So in this one, we're following Liv. She tends to get ghosted by men a lot, and her last man that ghosted her, his name is Fraser. So Liv lives in England and Fraser lives in Scotland. Well, she gets ticked off that he has ghosted her. She doesn't know why, so she decides to take it upon herself to head to Scotland. And the trip to Scotland I found to be funny. There was some funny parts in it. But when she gets to Scotland and she finds Fraser, things aren't as they seem. And she kind of gets stuck there. And what unfolds from there is funny and heartwarming, and the friends she makes along the way. I mean, it's kind of the perfect rom-com for this time of year, especially like Christmas in Scotland, all the snow, like the descriptions, the whole deal. I really loved it. Another one I want to talk about is an arc as well, and it's called A Christmas Duet by Debbie Macomber, and like she's the queen of Christmas stories in my opinion. I always read her newest Christmas story, and I was so stoked to get this as an arc. So this one is about a daughter. I can't remember her name because I read it a bit ago. She is a people pleaser. She has a sister who tends to do her own thing, and then her parents, and she is the one that doesn't want to let anybody down. She has dreams of writing music for a living and selling her music, and she, you know, a couple of years back had broken up with her fiance because he didn't believe in her dreams, and she's a high school music teacher, and her mother really wants her to get back with this ex-fiance who really isn't the best, and the mother's a bit overbearing, thinking she knows what's best and just trying to control her daughter. Well, her daughter decides that she's going to spend Christmas alone in a cabin that's owned by her friend. So she goes to this small town in the middle of nowhere, and what she discovers there is herself, basically. She'd let a lot of pieces of herself go throughout the years. She meets people there, she might find romance there, and she starts writing music again. And it's such a cozy, like Hallmark type Christmas story. I really loved it. If you like Hallmark movies, then definitely give this book a go because it totally fits those descriptions. The next one I'm reading, I'm going to read off of Goodreads. The next one I'm going to talk about is one that I'm reading like right now. And it's an arc. It just came out not too long ago. It's called One Big Happy Family. And I'm going to read it from Goodreads because I don't have, well, I mean, it's on Kindle. So, you know, I can't read the description to you. But I haven't gotten very far through it, so I don't want to say too much about it. Okay, it's called One Big Happy Family, and the Goodreads description says, Julie Parker's kids are her greatest gift. Still, she's not exactly heartbroken when they ask to skip a big Christmas. Her son Nick is taking a belated honeymoon with his bride Blair, while her daughter Dana will purge every reminder of the guy who dumped her again. Julie feels practically giddy for one-on-one holiday time with Heath, the much younger man she's secretly dating. But her plans go from cozy to chaotic when Nick and Dana plead for Christmas at the family cabin in memory of their late father, Julie's ex. She can't refuse, even though she dreads their reactions to her new man when they realize she's been hiding him for months. As the guest list grows in surprising ways, from Blair's estranged mom to Heath's precocious children, Julie's secret is one of many to be unwrapped. Over this delightfully complicated and very funny Christmas, she'll discover that more really is merrier, and that a big happy family can become bigger and happier if they let go of old hurts and open their hearts to love. I'm really enjoying this book so far. I think I'm like maybe 20 or 30% of the way through. And yeah, I'm really loving it. But trigger warnings for anybody that's lost a parent or a husband or somebody that they love, because it does talk about the loss of what are their names? I just said it. Oh my gosh. Oh, Dana and Nick, their father. Julie's ex-husband. So just trigger warnings for that, but so far it's a really good book and I'm really enjoying it. And again, I hear my son talking, so I apologize if you can hear him. I've asked him to talk quietly, but we live in a small house, so I'm sure that this microphone is picking him up. The next one I'm going to talk about is this one, which is A Winter in New York. This was my book of the month pick last year, and I never got to read the whole thing. I had started reading it, and then for some reason I thought, well, I don't want to read about the whole year, and for some reason I didn't click that it's like the whole year leading up to Christmas or whatever. And it says on the inside, a young chef stumbles upon a secret family recipe that might lead her to the love and life she's been looking for. So, when Iris decides to move to New York City to restart her life, she realizes she underestimated how big the Big Apple really is. All the nostalgic movies set in New York she'd watched with her mom while eating their special secret recipe gelato didn't quite do it justice. But Bobby, Iris's best friend, isn't about to let her hide away. He drives her to a famous autumn street fair in Little Italy, and as they walk among the food stalls, a little family-run place catches her eye. Could it be the same shop that's in the old photo of her mother's? Curious, Iris returns the next day and meets the handsome Gio, who tells her that the shop is in danger of closing. His uncle, the sole keeper of their family's gelato recipe, is recuperating from a stroke and can no longer remember it. So, they can't make more. When Iris samples the last remaining batch, she realizes that their gelato and her gelato are one and the same. But how can she tell them she knows their secret recipe when she's not sure why Gio's uncle might have given it to her mother in the first place? Iris offers her services to help recreate the flavor and soon finds herself falling for Gio and his family. But when Gio's uncle finally recovers, all the secrets Iris has been keeping threaten to ruin their new life and new love she's been building all winter long. I think this book sounds fantastic, and let me see, it starts at Valentine's Day, and I think it goes through the year. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I mean, who doesn't love gelato? Like, seriously, it's delicious. Now I just need to find a vegan variety of it, because I haven't found one yet. But my next book, I'm looking down at my notebook here, is, well, I'm going to wait on talking about this one because I'm really hoping that the post office person, the mail person, drops off the book soon. So the next one I'm going to talk about is Christmas at a Little Paris Hotel. I read this one in the fall. It was another arc that I had. And it is about, I can't remember the woman's name now, and I'm going to look down at my notes so I kind of get this right because it's been a hot minute. But it's about a divorced famous romance writer who had a kind of a nasty ex-husband. Well, he is a nasty ex-husband. Like, they broke up because he was cheating on her. But she had a divorce from him, and what she got out of the divorce was this rundown hotel that her husband had wanted to buy at the time that they were married, because he had like these big dreams of fixing it up. He was a man that liked to start projects but never actually follow through and finish the projects. So anyways, this woman is stuck with a hotel. She is on a deadline to finish this book, but she's kind of stumped on how to write it because she's still reeling from her divorce and being angry, so she doesn't see much love in anything at the moment. But she has this hotel that is like sucking her dry because she can't rent out the rooms because it's kind of crappy. So it needs to be renovated or it needs to be sold, but the way it is, nobody's going to buy it except for her foolish ex-husband, apparently. So she decides that she's going to renovate this hotel with her cousin. There's a fantastic cousin relationship in here. And as they're renovating it, she decides that she wants it to be kind of like a reader's retreat type inn, because her and her cousin are both such huge readers, and they discover this this room. Well, actually, it's a couple of rooms in the hotel, and there might have been this famous author that had been staying there, but it's a mystery, and they're trying to figure out the mystery of these rooms and this author that may have been there. She meets this man that runs the business next door to her hotel, and he is a grump. Like, it's a grumpy sunshine kind of trope, enemies to lovers type deal. And of course there's romance in it. I mean, it's a Christmas like rom-com. How can there not be romance in it? It's such a great story if you like descriptions of renovating old buildings, if you like a little writer's mystery in there, if you like romance, if you like descriptions of like Christmas markets in Paris and all of that, then give this book a go because it was really cute. Another arc that I had read, I think it was like at the end of summer in fall, something like that, and it was called The Holiday Cottage. In this story we're following Imogen. She is a workaholic. She has a little mishap at work. Something kind of goes wrong. She is forced to take some time off at Christmas. She doesn't like the idea of taking time off because she's had, like, her whole life has been kind of terrible, like her family life. It's just her and her mom. Her mom is a complete dirtbag. So she likes to work so that she's not alone, so she doesn't have to think about things, so she doesn't really have to deal with her mom. So when she's forced to take time off, she's kind of lost, especially at Christmas. Well, it just so happens that one of our clients owns this home, and she offers it up to Imogen to spend the holidays there alone, where she can kind of like recoup from work and life and all of that. So she decides to take her up on the offer. And when she gets there, what she discovers will change her life. This is a book about self-discovery. It's a book about romance. It's a book about found family. If you love Christmas in England and descriptions for that and found family and all of that, then this is a book for you. It was a really good story. And well, I guess since the mailman hasn't arrived throughout this whole video, I'm going to have to insert a picture of the book I'm going to talk about next, and I'm going to take a second and pull it up on Goodreads so I can tell you about it. So give me just a minute. Okay, so the book is called The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. It says on Goodreads, Knives Out gets a holiday rom-com twist in the rivals to lovers romance mystery from New York Times bestselling author Allie Carter. The bridge is out, the phones are down, and the most famous mystery writer in the world just disappeared out of a locked room 3 days before Christmas. Meet Maggie Chase and Ethan Wyatt. She's the new queen of the cozy mystery. He's Mr. Big Time Thriller guy. She hates his guts. He thinks her name is Marcy, no matter how many times she's told him otherwise. But when they accept a cryptic invitation to attend a Christmas house party at the English estate of a recluse fan, neither is expecting their host to be the most powerful author in the world, Eleanor Ashley, the Duchess of Death herself. That night, the weather turns and the next morning Eleanor is gone. She vanished from a locked room, and Maggie has to wonder, is Eleanor in danger, or is it all some kind of a test? Is Ethan the competition? Is he the only person in this snowbound mansion that she can trust? As the snow gets deeper and the stakes get higher, every clue will bring Maggie and Ethan closer to the truth and each other. Because this Christmas, these two rivals are going to have to become allies, and maybe more, if they have any hope of saving Eleanor, assuming they don't kill each other first. I just thought that sounded like such a fun Christmas story, like something completely different than anything I would ever read at this time of year. And I love like a good mystery. I don't know if you'd call it a cozy mystery or what, but I think it sounds fantastic. So yeah, those are the books I'm hoping to finish before the new year. They may trickle into the new year, we'll see. But yeah, that's what I have for you. Okay, yes, he just arrived. He just dropped the book off. This is what it looks like. So like I said, I've already read you the description. I'm excited for it, but he also dropped off another book that I completely forgot about that I actually have to have read by the 22nd, I think, of this month, because it's a Patreon pick for Patreon that I'm in. It's called Gifts, and it says, if you're not in the Yuletide mood yet, you will be after this. 12 people, 12 gifts, one Christmas to remember. Maddie runs the bookshop on Market Square. She's struggling to choose a gift for her old school friend Peter, who just moved back from London following a messy divorce. Peter doesn't have a clue what for his teenage daughter Chloe. He worries that he really doesn't know her at all. Chloe wants to buy something special for her grandmother Irene, her confidant, confidant. And guiding light, who lives alone on the other side of town. Irene doesn't get out much these days, but she'd really like to find the right gift for Alina, who's so much more than a carer, really. And Alina, meanwhile, has her eye on something for, and then it's ... The Radio Times says it's a novel that's sure to warm the hearts of any Scrooge. The Daily Mirror says it's tender and moving, gifts is infused with Christmas magic. And Red says full of warmth, poignancy, and a huge dose of Christmas spirit. So I think this sounds really cute, and it's short, thank goodness, because I have a lot of books here. So yeah, we're going to try to wrap this up again. Hopefully no more interruptions. That's all the books that I have for you for this December. I'm hoping, like I said, to get to most of these. If not all of them, I might trickle into January to try to finish up. Have you read any of these books? Just let me know if you feel like it. And I will speak to you all very soon. Bye.